with you always to talk like you. Listen, bro. Wait.
60 bands on my neck. How many shots to the center of a freak, nigga? 3 in his ass, lick his stomach, smell his pinky, nigga. They throwing shots, time to see if them pussy niggas can take it. The nigga Wack is a snitch and the Jolly niggas are rapists. See, Lush was on to something, tried to act like it was nothing. Said you ain't know that freaky ass taker you was frontin'. Munchie ain't fucking with you and Spider-Loc ain't gon' save you. If you wanted, you gon' take it. Stop them freaky ass behaviors. Let's get straight to the point, see, we ain't gotta wait for later. Nigga with your last name kidnapped that girl before he raped her. Said the moms of gang members don't deserve no piece of prayers. When General butt naked, the kid Tesher is your savior. You ain't gotta stall me out, cause I ain't asking for no favors. Get it crackin' right now, we ain't gotta wait for later. Walked into your own building, heard my voice and then you ducked away. Was humble like a bitch, cause you a hoe, stay in your fucking place. That nigga Wack is slut and pathetic, FLAKKO's a fucking lame. Wack ain't come outside because he hiding from his fucking gang. Talking like you tough when niggas spitting in your fucking face. T-Row didn't quit, we wouldn't even know your fucking name. Wack in front of Adam, but Adam is how he do you. See, FLAKKO lied on me and then Wack told me to sue you. Treated Wack like a bitch, you should've seen it, it was beautiful. Now every single week that nigga Jala on my pupil. Is it Fred or is it Frederick? Is it Dave or is it David? All thighs on me. FLAKKO belly, now you famous. Type of creep nigga is you. How are you and Dave related? Nigga, no means no. You should've told him not to take it. I'm really in the field, you niggas stuck inside the matrix. From BET to the Knicks, down in Compton where your face is. That nigga real Jala got some freaky ass cases. Tryna fake fight Lush cause Adam wanted you to face. You wanna be like academics, making videos like point and shoot. You and Dave the same ass lane, we know the fucking truth. Brick ain't say this shit is a play, cause he don't fuck with you. He not gon' get involved when them real shooters come for you. If you grew up in the land, them thirsties, they would've humbled you. Grew up with them lions, I promise they would've hunted you. I get disrespectful, the next time I'ma punish you. You dirty fat bitch, I swear to God I see the bum in you. Niggas say they shooters till it's time to bring them guns out. Loose can't read and Wack lost his wife to Clubhouse. Treat Wack like a bitch, mark him out before he snitch again. FLAKKO, when I see you, I'ma show you the type of bitch you is. Niggas say they see me, they pullin' blick out. I promise that this Glock can make you sit down. Drum with a cooler, one for you, one for your brother. Wrap the string around the mop, sound like your dumbass when you stutter. Swear to God, nigga.
Hear me out though, right? Wait, bro, wait. Again, wait though. Just right though, right? Wait though, right? I do want to. Wait though.
Studio, we're trying to type it in TNN Trap News Network. We back in the same, like cracking the same, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Yes, that's TNN Trap News Network. Good news you can use. Good knowledge-ito you can get in nobody's college-ito. Like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Become a part of this rich Trapper Mafia. Hit that notification bell at the top. Hit all, stay tapped in for the latest and the greatest. Y'all see me wearing the Words Are Hard merch. Good hats available now. Make sure you tap in richtraphouse.com and you see the hoodie Words Are Hard merch available now. Make sure y'all get into that Words Are Hard with the boom words over whoopies on the back. Yes, sir. So the link is in the description, richtraphouse.com. Get into that if you ain't got into that. And get into Broke Baby Mama, out now on all streaming platforms, as well as the Words Are Hard, Pathetic, FLAKKO, and Rat Run Hunter disc, out now on all streaming platforms. My bad, y'all. We back to the action. Let's jump back into this content. Let's go.
Because before we knew each other by a gang name. And even today, from my neighborhood, if I didn't know you by your first name and you didn't know me by my first name, I really don't acknowledge you like that. Straight up. If I didn't know your mother, your grandmother, now some of them, they kids are like Grimy Red. Me and his daddy was best friends. Our mothers went to school together. We grew up together. I buried his father. And it was crazy to run back into him because I told him, I said, the outfit we wore to bury your father, I still got it in my closet. And we buried Lil Paul Root back in like 2004 or something. And now he's rapping. I look up, I see him on Instagram, and it's kind of crazy. And it's kind of like, I don't want him to call me Big Homie. Because it's like, I feel like I'm not doing my homeboy.
Does anybody call Wack Big Homie? If you acknowledge Wack as your big homie, let me know in the comments right now.
Justice. I I didn't raise my children like that. He's already in it. So, if I can do something to sway him or get him out of the streets and get him to see it another way, then, that's what I'm going to try to do. Because I would hate to see what happened to his father happen with him.
Right.
When
I watched the Vlad interview, well, how's the reaction been to that?
A lot of people was telling me, like, yo, you went places and you said some things that we'd never heard. I just kept it real, man. It's easy for me to tell my life stories. It's my life story. You don't have to think about it.
Bro, every time you tell your life story, you tell a different story. This shit has bro, you the only person who tells his life story with alternate endings. You the only person that tell the director's cut version of your life. The only person that'll tell the director's cut version of their life, bro. You always making up something about your life story. Your life story ain't nobody's life story. You just made this whole thing up.
I'm comfortable in the pocket. I'm not ashamed or embarrassed. I let you know, shit, man, bro. We used to have to boil water in the crock pot, wash up in buckets. This is real life. You know what I'm saying? And the end of the month was hard.
So I think that Wack mixes in embarrassing truths, little things like, yeah, man, I had to boil water in the crock pot and all that kind of stuff and blah, blah, blah. The end of the month used to be hard. He mixes that in with lies. That way you feel like there's some sort of validity to it. It's like if you add an lisp was kicking in, broken promises, Superman. Goodness gracious, that lisp just whooped my feet. Wack is a person who tells an embarrassing lie to a story to kind of make it seem more so like it's the truth and all that kind of stuff. You are a full-blown flu-flammery skulldugger. You feel me? Nigga, don't nobody believe you. Don't nobody believe your lies.
Sugar sandwiches, mayonnaise
Right. Wack is like a Goosebumps book where you could choose your ending.
sandwiches, the government cheese, the big block of government cheese. You know what I mean? Like, this is what it was, bro. And, at the gas station, washing the windows, hustling the change, figuring out. My father was in the street smoking drugs. My older brother was in the penitentiary. My other brother went up to Sacramento hustling. He's in and out of jail, so it was just me and Moms.
Uh-huh.
And shit, it was hard around there, bro, but we had to figure it out.
It felt like...
He for sure is a character from them books with the alternate endings. You could buy him at the Incredible bookstore right next to your Incredible diapers for sure.
Like during that interview that we were getting a little bit more of the old man Wack sitting on the porch in the rocking chair, smoking his corncob pipe, telling these stories from back in the day. Whereas sometimes when we're doing this, I feel like I'm getting more of the clubhouse troll guy who's playing the asshole character.
No, you getting Wack 100.
Uh-huh. So who's doing the Vlad?
Wack 100 is a character.
See, Adam 22?
Yeah.
That's an entertainer's name, bro.
No, I'm just one man.
Adam 20, bullshit.
Yeah, laying dick, making gay jokes, starting
gang
gang
wars.
wars.
Adam 22? She's alive.
Sometimes.
She calls you Adam 22.
For fun.
Get the fuck out. What's your real name? Your real name Adam?
No.
Oh, see what I'm saying? That's the entertainer's
Bob
name.
Thomas.
Okay. What she call you, Robert?
Bob.
She calls you Bob?
Big B.
All right, so...
She throws up the B whenever she says
Adam 22 is an entertainer's name, bro. Like,
The idea of me being anyone besides Adam is very, very amusing to me.
Wack 100 is not in the gang files.
Okay.
He's never been arrested. He's never been to prison, juvenile hall. He doesn't exist. My homeboys don't call me Wack 100.
Where did the 100 come from then?
That DJ K Slay is the reason why I'm even on social media. He made me get on Twitter. If you go pull it up, I got a Twitter account that I can't get back into.
Really?
It's probably like 10 years old.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Right?
I bet you got some great tweets from back then.
And then he called me one day like, yo, you need to open up Instagram. I'm like, man, I don't fuck with that. He like, bro, listen, man, you managing and shit now, you need to open one up. So I'm on the phone in my driveway, going through the steps, so I put in Wack. It wasn't available. I put Wack 1. It wasn't available. I put Wack 01.
That's not true. You stole that from the Games Brother Big Face 100. That's where that came from. The Games Brother Big Face 100 because you were trying to be petty and you were trying to start 100 ENT to spite the Games Brother who had, I believe, 100 records or something like that was like tied up into it or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then that's where that came from. You're directly biting the Games Brother. So that's actually a lie you're telling right now.
It wasn't available. So then I put Wack 100. It was available. If Wack 100 would have been there, I'd have been Wack 1000.
For the record, the reason why I'm Adam 22 is because I went to start a live journal in 2000, and I put Adam taken. I thought Adam 2. I didn't even hit enter. I was just like, nah, I don't want to be Adam 2. I put another 2, hit enter. That was available.
Bro,
exactly the same story.
That's all it was, and then from there,
Nice to have a number. When you first got to prison, though, like, what was that like, especially at that time? Like, being a blood?
All right, so that's that. We about to the next one, chat. We gone. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. Everybody enjoy the rest of their holiday. We gone, we gone, we gone. In this thing, back in this thing, like Hood cracking this thing, man, with the last one for the day. You feel me? We got Wack being Crip blank Wack and dropping the name after prison. So C blank Wack. Right. We finna see what Wack. We finna see what C blank Wack, as he calls himself, has to say about this. Let's go.
Well, this kind of mirrors your situation, right? Because you were younger, but you went in and did like 5 or 6 years, right?
my last joke,
Right.
I started doing time at 12.
But you were at what age when you did this 6-year bid?
16.
Oh, okay. So you're
16 to
still
22.
young.
You did 16 to 22 as a child.
Did that-
And now you talk about all this high-ranking prison time you did? Nigga, at 16 to 22 doing jail time amongst adults and all that kind of stuff, nigga, you wasn't even allowed to talk. You weren't allowed to have an opinion. You weren't allowed to do anything, bro. You are not a factor in the machine. You are there as background. You are literally a tree in the distance. No way you could have even been a joint like that. You're not even old enough to be a joint. You was 16 and 22. You wasn't there at an old enough age, and you hadn't been around long enough. You wasn't going to be there long enough to be a joint like that, big dog. You was a passer through. This nigga's barnacles.
Turn you off to certain elements of gangbanging?
Elements of gangbanging in prison started to turn me. I lost the.
So you went into prison C blank Wack and left out Wack. It sounded like you got into it with some C's and they blanked you, big dog. Come on now. Come on, bro. You was for sure the spook that sat by the door and you portraying the gangbanger image.
hate a Crip syndrome I had.
But you fully had that on the street.
Oh, yeah.
You had hater Crip syndrome, but you jumped off the porch at 12. You got locked up at 16. How much pain did you really have in these streets? Shout out to Jason Marshall. And then it's a couple Crips out there we found out in Pacoima, but there ain't really no Crips like that. You get into it with Mexicans more than anything. So now you got this hatred towards Crips. And then you name yourself C blank Wack. And then you go into the penitentiary. And then you get into it with some real Crips. And now you're no longer C blank Wack. You're just Wack. This is a really hard life for you, big dog. You should have just become a gamer. Maybe you should have did the news you could use in Collejito. You can't get in Collejito like me. Just saying.
Straight up, my mission was to eliminate the world of Crips.
You were CK Wack.
And mean Crip killing Wack, that's what it meant.
If some people could probably tell, I just watched.
You want me to believe that Wack was a Crip unaliver? And then you did 16 and 22, and then you came out just Wack? Sound like you got treated. Sound like you went in there, thought that you was tough with that Crip blank name, and you got treated, big dog. That's what it sounds like.
Vlad TV,
Yeah,
Wack
so-
100 interview. CK,
That's what that meant.
That's fucked up.
You went into the penitentiary. They made you reevaluate your whole situation. Shout out to 7 for real.
That's what that meant at that time, but
You just throw that on your name. So you really had been brainwashed into believing that these people were evil, or just that you personally had a vendetta this strong against
they
them.
were the enemy. They were the enemy. I was from Paru, and shit, anything that was opposite of that.
But yet you never took any field trips to go actively get cracking with any of your black enemies. Interesting. Somebody disrespected your mother and you pistol whipped him with an airsoft gun. And ain't nothing wrong with that because that's pretty gangster. That's pretty gangster. But if that's the highlight of your gangbanging, waste of a gangbanger. Waste of a gangbanger. Waste of a gangbanger. You feel me? Just saying.
Was the enemy, and you're supposed to eliminate the enemy. The mission was to move forward. To get there meant not to know how far to go.
Did you renounce that name at some point?
Yeah, definitely. Not Wack, but I dropped the CK. because it was Crips in the penitentiary that honored me, that actually saved me.
No. No, 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 no. We are not going to allow this ninja to push the narrative. All that stuff that was in the dryer should be all mine. Everything that's in there should be mine. So don't steal my sock.
We're not done yet.
But I'm telling you, do not steal my... You don't have to interrupt me. Just say, okay. Thank you. Because do you know what I'm finna say next?
Don't steal your socks.
You know what else I'm finna say?
No.
So before you say interrupting, maybe you should get all the instructions.
Yeah.
Don't steal my shirts. Don't steal my socks. And fold all the clothes up neatly, please, so they can go away correctly.
Okay.
Thank you. What am I finna tell you about that room?
Clean it.
And can you clean in the dark?
No.
So what should you do?
Turn on the light.
Turn on the light.
That looked out for me in different
Right. So what we're not finna do is allow him to push this narrative. Oh yeah, the Crips looked out for me and blah 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 this blah blah that. Your name is C blank Wack. Crip unaliver Wack. Crip unaliver Wack is your name, and you want to tell me that the Crips was so happy to look out for you, and you was born. Okay, so you was born in I'm sorry, you was 12 in 89. 90 you were 13. 91 you were 14. 92 you were 15. 93 you were 16 is when you ran into this penitentiary time. That is at the height of gang banging. That's gang banging in the early 90s, big dog. And you mean to tell me that your name was C blank Wack and you went into the penitentiary at 16 years old and the Crips were just like, oh yeah, we want to help him out. We want to do charity work and help this guy out. Sound like you got your feet whooped for having a disrespectful name and they made you change that shit and then you end up being Wack 100. That's what it sounds like to me. Because I can't imagine nothing else outside of that, big dog, especially for that time period, because I understand how it would go in 2024, let alone 1993. Come on, bro. You can't expect us to believe this.
days.
Right.
So, I had to start questioning myself. I told this story before. Soledad, we was on the yard. Riot kicked off with the Mexicans, a racial riot. And, I had distributed weapons for the war to my people. So on the yard, we doing our thing. There's this dude named Three Finger Louie from Harlem Crip. Called my name. He called my name. Wack. I turned, it was S. They had me in the blind side for my blind. I went to
Now, I do believe that happened, but I believe that Wack mixes the truth with lies, for sure.
had a bone crusher Christmas.
And then you said that you got the name C blank Wack in prison. Now you saying you went in the... You said you got that name in prison because you was doing your due diligence with the Crips. Now you saying that you went into it with the name? It's funny how that story changes. Okay.
Treat out. VC'd up. Probably would have killed me.
VC'd up.
Yeah, shit. Knife shit it up. Yeah, that way when he hits you with your gangrene.
So that's something that Crip Man could expect to encounter is a feces-covered knife.
I mean, shit happens in any prison.
Literally.
But nevertheless, I was able to survive that riot. I get back to the cell, and about 2-3 days later, like Jones rolled it up, packed. For what? We got information that you provided weapons for the war. So I'm sitting in the hole, I'm asking myself, who's my enemy? The Crip on the yard that saved my life, or one of the Bloods that told on me?
So you want me to believe, hear this, this super high-ranking Paru is number one saying that a Crip saved him and the Blood told on him, number one. Number one, a Crip saved him and the Blood told on him. Number one, he's super banged out. That's what he's telling us, number one. Number two, his name was Crip Unaliver, shout out to my man Ski, Crip Unaliver Wack. Super disrespectful name. Your name is an earbuster. Your name is an earbuster. For those of y'all who don't know what earbusters, eyebusters are, look it up, don't worry about it. That's a whole different life for a whole different day. Your name is an earbuster. Number two. Number three, you came into the prison. In this story, you said you came into the prison with the name. In the other story, you said you earned the name in the prison. Regardless. You earned the name, you came in with the name, but it's so disrespectful to the Crips. And then this one random Harlem Crip decides, hey, we're going to look past all this. Be careful, somebody's finna blah, 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 blah to you. At that point, you realize the dude from Harlem saved you, and your homie is the one who snitched on you. But yet you continue. None of this story makes sense. None of it makes sense. What's more believable is you came into that situation with a disrespectful name and you got a disrespectful outcome. Your big homie said your hood name was Lil Cash. Your big homie said your hood name was Lil Cash. You jumped off the porch at 12. You got arrested at 16. When did you earn that name? C blank. When did you blank any C's to earn that name? When did you blank any C's to earn that name? It's a lot of flu, flammery, skullduggery, and larceny here.
That day forward, I stopped really hitting people up and tripping that and just started dealing with people as they wanted to deal with me, regardless of where they was from.
I like it. That was step one in
Yeah.
the grown-up businessman Wack that we now see.
And then I started to realize that it was people from every neighborhood just like me. You know, we don't take an aptitude test and they say based upon the test, you're from here or there. If my mother would have raised me in the Jordan Downs, I'd have been from Gray Street Watts.
Right.
And he's on.
We just a product of our environment. We all going through the same struggles, and then
Come on, Tiny Cash. You got to keep the story consistent.
is some stupid that happened 50, 60 years ago that started a war, and because we kind of like birthed into it, right? You know, we got some wars that started over jackets, a leather jacket,
Right.
right? And it could have been dealt with different, but it was dealt with.
Oh, this man right here, bro. Wack just be... What we learned about Wack was what we already know about Wack. Wack gonna say whatever to whomever about whatever. He just gonna continue to make up flu, flammery, skullduggery, and larceny. I'm gonna just let this ride.
As it was. So as it streamlined and rolled over, here I come, 25 years after that starts, and that's just what it is. So really, we got thousands and thousands of people shot, killed, doing time, doing life behind a jacket.
And that's why here at No Jumper, we're pushing peace.
Because ultimately the gangs, they wasn't there to kill each other. They was there to really protect the community and the neighborhoods. It was other going on, racial going on, with the police going on. So, it was there to protect the community, people of the community. And then, things happen, the drug trade moves in territory, and then it does like that. But I tell people that the dumbest thing I've ever done, the dumbest mistake I've made, decision I made was to start gangbanging.
Really?
I don't regret it because it made me the man I am today. I tell people I'm not a gangbanger. I don't hate the Crip.
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
So would you like your brothers to make you some plates from last night?
Huh?
Are you guys hungry?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so make you guys some plates from last night. It does not have to be made sloppily. It does not have to be made to where you mess up the whole kitchen and disrespect the space that's yours. It can be a very neat and courteous and gentleman thing. It does not have to be crazy in the kitchen.
Okay.
So if they're going to make you food, you should go wash up and go sit down and be thankful that your brothers are going to make you a plate, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Are you hungry too? Okay.
Love you guys.
Love you.
I don't care where you from.
But if you hadn't joined the gang at that point in your
I
life,
love you.
like, would you have been at risk in some meaningful way?
He ain't like that. So I could tell him I love him and he don't got to say it back. But if I don't say it back, I love you. It's aggression. It's aggression. You feel me?
No. Because
Oh, yeah, bro. I was just scrubbing baseboards. I was just scrubbing counters. I was just scrubbing the cabinets and all that kind of stuff. I cleaned the stove. I cleaned the oven. I cleaned the floor. Bro, that kitchen clean. Don't mess my kitchen up. That kitchen smell like pine oil and Fabuloso right now. Don't mess my kitchen up.
but or not, I had people coming to get me. I was a straight A student. I was a football star, a track star.
That I believe. That I
had
believe.
a scholarship. They came and found me in juvenile hall. I was in Camp Challenger when they opened it up and gave me a scholarship when I got out to go to a place called Rebay Academy. I was to get out, call them. I was going to go live with the families over there, play football, go to their school, free of charge. About a week or two before I get out, a homie get killed. So when I came home, I was on some other Rest in peace, Jody Cooper, right? Coop. But let me tell you how ironic this is. Let's fast forward. All the shit goes on and whatever, prison and all, get out, the trucking, the real estate.
Hey, you know what's crazy and sharp? That's real. There's actually no documented history of a riot in the time that Wack 100 was incarcerated in that penitentiary. So that's cap. It's actually on paper documentation that a riot never occurred while Wack was in that penitentiary at all. It happened in the penitentiary. It didn't happen while Wack was on that particular yard. So that's barnacles.
Music. My first big video, I did a lot of videos. My first big video, Blueface and YG, Tatiana remix.
Right.
I hit that quote. I said,
Oh, that's your first one? But I thought it was Sexy Can I with Ray J. I thought Sexy Can I was with Ray J was your... I thought Sexy Can... You said it. You said it. Sexy Can I. Just saying.
Dad sent me the location. He sends me the address. Boom, pull up. I look up at the sign. What does it say? Rebay Academy.
It's crazy. You had Blueface with YG, and now you can't even be around YG anymore because YG has slapped the entire shit out of you. Crazy how that works.
Wow.
I said, yo, this is where the place I had a scholarship to, but I never showed up. It was kind of symbolic to me. And it's off the 2 freeway, right? And I've been passing it for years and didn't realize it. So, you know, I was a straight A student, man. I got skipped grades.
What made you want to join the gang at that point in your life?
Now, that I do believe. I believe that Wack had a high education. I believe that Wack was smart. I believe that Wack had all ability to be like a sports star and all that kind of stuff. That I do believe 100%. It's the gang banging I don't believe. All this stuff about school and sports and academics and all that kind of stuff, I believe that 100%. And I believe that that's who he is, at the core of who he is. I think that the gang banging thing is just this act that he's put on that's gone entirely too far. But, you know, it is what it is.
That was just my environment, you know. When I came outside, that's who I played with. That's who I rode my bikes with. You know, that's who I played my sports with. My homeboy Pooh Rider, he was banging before me. Rest in peace. You know.
Reg Dog, I worked at Men's Land. I'm going to just leave that right there. I worked at Men's Land. I worked at Men's Land. It was right across from the Forever 21. It was a little smoothie, little wooty bam in between Forever 21 and Metro Fusion and the Fox, big dog. I worked there. I worked there. Just going to leave it right there.
One of the original baby gangsters in Pooh Rider, you know, I see him every day. You know, what's up with your man? Finna go to the hood, finna go to the projects, go to the Nas, pull up, pull up, pull up. So when I go over there with him, I'm just with, you know, my friend. But my brothers is over there, they hustling. You know, all the cats that I seen growing up, football stars when I was little, they over there. So, you know, you become that. You know, you become that. Like everybody that was part of my clique and crew, we knew each other by first name basis before we knew each other by gang name. And even today, for my neighborhood, if I didn't know you by your first name or you didn't know me by my first name, I really don't acknowledge you like that. Straight up. If I didn't know your mother, your grandmother, you know, now some of them, they kids, like Grimy Red. You know, me and his daddy was best friends. Our mothers went to school together. We grew up together. I buried his father.
Oh, yeah. Free Avenue Angels, so he's free. We gone.